Hey, welcome to a foreigner in the Philippines when it's in the evening now, and we're just winding up. I'm winding up for the day. I've got lots of junk is piling up now. I'm trying to get stuff done, so the project is the focus is on the project, and I couldn't get materials for doing the paneling. Couldn't get the 1/8 ply. I call it 1/4 here, so I wasn't able to continue with that part of the job, which was here. Got a lot taken down, but haven't been able to put it back up. I did have enough to do this part of the wall here and continue and then leave that on. So this is the insulation, such as it is, very thin. In fact, I got the roll of it here. Is it there? Yeah, you can see, look, it's very thin, but that's what is available, so that's it. Here we got everything, all belongings and all stuff is just piled high, just dying for a clean up, but I clean up enough so that I can do a video of the work as it's now progressed. And here it is. Still got stuff to do around the electrics. I don't want to touch that right now. We're not going to have anybody come in to do the electrics for a while, so there's some more stuff to come along here which will cover this part. I actually went ahead and put another sheet of plywood, 1/8 ply, on top of the existing desk, and I like to do that. And this has got a half round moulding on the front there, and then you come up and then there's the next lift up, and it gives it a kind of a different look to it, a little bit more of a finished manufactured look, if you like. And these little panels which I use as a kind of a trademark look to what I do. Even the little one here, and I do that in different ways, and when it's all painted up it really can look very effective, because you would have a base coat here. On this part would be the base coat, then there's another level, then there's another level, and then these motifs here, little bits of moulding which I cut at an angle, and I use those in lots of different ways. You can see, of course the light's very bad, but you can see by layering up you do get a nice finish. And then of course, depending on how creative you can be in painting, you can get a very nice look about it. This obviously has to be filled. This is just primer, a coat of primer, and the coat of primer is, I guess in the car repair trade in the UK, they would call this a test coat. And what you do is you put a coat of paint on it, and that tells you. You go back and you feel over and you can find out where there are blemishes and holes that are going to have to be filled, like this. You're going to have to be punched in and filled. Same here, where I've screwed that in. Have to go back and fill those up. Well, you don't have to, but I probably will. And I did find this moulding, which has been it's been very nice actually. It's not a hugely elaborate thing, but if you put that on the edge like this, it does give a better finish. Now I had enough to be able to do this and this and this and this, but I would have liked to have done this part here and going along. As you can see, I used it in two ways top and bottom there. That's a 3.5 inch front, and that would reflect what I'd already done over here, but I used a square, 3/4 square here to get this effect. But it's the same thing, about 3.5 inches, and then the moulding placed on top. And then, as I've said, I would be tending to go back over and go in with a sander, either a palm sander or a hand sander, and just sand this all down so that it's ready to take a finish coat. Of course, got paneling to do there, but I'm quite pleased with the way that this has turned out. It's a good practical workstation. There's somewhere there to put the legs, plus around the back there'll be a little bit of storage in sealed boxes, I would hope. But there's this will be a very workable workstation for Beth. Lots of little cubby holes to put different stuff that she has. I kept these two side cabinets. They're only 8 inches, and that was really to put stand-up folders. The actual cabinet is only 12 inches deep, but it will be stuff that you can put in there which shouldn't be folded, and it can stand up in there. And I know that they will be very useful cabinets. Don't need any doors. Beth, once she gets crammed into there, she's not going to use any doors. All open shelving. We have sealed doors, lockable doors in our extension, where we can put stuff which is of sensitive material. But here, this is an open workstation. Actually, like most Filipino houses, when you go around to Filipino houses, you don't usually get invited into the house. Usually there's a seated area outside, so it's not usual to get invited into a house. Now, obviously, if you were going around to a very much wealthier person that you were visiting, then possibly you would go inside. But even then, it would be into a more of a public reception type of area that you would go into. There's my helper for the day. He comes in and claims his food and does a clean up, I guess. At least he's not embarrassing me by cleaning his butt. Such as cats. There's the stuff that I've been taking out, some stuff there that I've bagged into the rubbish. These two were supports that I used for the desk when we first arrived, and I made those, as you can see, of metal stud. Everything drilled and pop riveted, and it works. But of course, I've put cabinets here now to take the place of those, as you can see here. This is not it's not Chippendale, okay, as I like to say. It's not Chippendale, but I haven't gone overboard simply because of lack of materials. Haven't gone overboard with, haven't been able to go overboard with facing it with moulding. So this is all just sanded off, and a lot of this is just hand sawn with a handsaw. Well, this of course is done with a jigsaw. Just to give a little tiny detail, I made this section in 3. This is one section, as you can see there. Then I do that other one. It's backed with ply. It's all going to come out because of the paneling that has to go in behind. So it's all loose, and it will stay loose. I won't fit that any more than that. But of course, at the moment, it's because it's a plywood finish, it's quite rough. But it sands easily and nicely. And then of course you can go and you can do the top coat, whatever that's going to be. Probably more than one coat, I would think. This is just one quick coat this afternoon, just so that I could make it look like almost like a finished item, and it's just like one coat. As you can see there, you can see the brush marks. I didn't even use a roller, I just brushed it all. Didn't do the inside because I haven't decided whether I will go dark or light. This is block ply, and block ply is not it's not what I call stain. It's not what I call stain quality. Get it under the light there. I mean that does look, it looked quite nice, but overall it's not stain quality. You can see how they do that. I've showed you this before. You see all the rough ends. Now you should be able to see that that's made up of different pieces of wood all squashed together, and then you can see it on the side there, and then a very, very thin piece of ply, top and bottom, and they bond that in by machine. I have a big machine which will do that. This is off an 8x4 sheet of ply, and it's paint quality. Even it's not even that smooth to the touch, whereas a really nice plywood, a marine ply, certainly the quality that you would get in the US, you would expect it to be at least one side excellent and then the other side passable. Okay, so you get the chance to do to have a good side out. Okay, well, now the dogs have taken over, I will give in to them and give you one last look around. This is actually 48 inches from front to back, 48 inches, and then from side to side it's about 5 feet. Okay, so we're looking at me here. There we go. To give you an idea, there we are. Okay, well, thanks for looking in, for taking an interest, and for all your encouraging comments and the compliments. They are welcome, and they are appreciated. Thank you very much, and we'll talk again, I'm sure, or certainly I will. Do I ever stop? This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Bye for now.